Okay, I'm going to do a potpourri of radical problems. Remember many, many moons ago, about last week, that we looked at index, putting a number in its index form. Do you remember that? For instance, let's do one very quickly. Let's say we have the square root of 27, and we want to write that in simplest form. Well, what you need to do is understand what square root means. Square root means, what's the index of square root? What's the index? What goes right here but's understood? A 2, that's right. A 2, correct? So a square root, for instance, if I said to you, 4 times 4 is 16, right? Yes? What's the square root of 16? 4. So square root means what number multiplied by itself will equal the value in question. Clear? So what number multiplied by itself will equal 16? Clear? And a lot of that is simply getting used to it, especially for the smaller numbers like 64, 16, 25, 4, 9, etc. Okay? Now, so the first thing you do is you have to write it in index form using the... Are we finished? Excellent. Using the techniques we use to find the primes of a number. Do you remember? Okay. 27, right? The sum of 27, the sum of the two digits is 9. Is 9 divisible by 3?
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, is 27 divisible by 3?
Yes.
Yes. So, and what does that equal? 27 divided by 3 is? 9. Okay, is 9 divisible by 3?
Yes.
Yes. What's left over? 3. 1. Okay, so what is 27 as written in the index form? Remember, you're having a test on this on Thursday. So what is the index form of 27? You can do this. You can talk amongst yourselves to see if you come up with the right answer. No? Right? 3 cubed. Is that right? Yes or no? Okay, good. So then what you do is you rewrite it. You rewrite that as 3 cubed. Okay? Let me write that a little bit nicer. I was about ready to write a 2, but I wrote 3 because my brain is thinking too fast. So, can you write 3 cubed as 3 squared times something? What do you do? Go ahead. That's right, very good. Excellent. Isn't it 3 squared times 3? Yes or no? Yes, yes or no?
Yes.
So did you notice how that exists? Yes or no?
Yes.
And what does that equal? 9. Yes, thank you, 9. Yes, but this is the rule. If I have n, a to the n, that's going to equal what? Is that coming out? Is that on the screen? You guys aren't checking for me here. Yes, just makes it. What's that going to be? A. Right? So what's this going to be? I'm going to pull that out. What am I left with? 3 root 3, right? Yes or no? All right, let's do 8. What's 8 going to be? Do it down into primes. I know, you could say, well, 4 times 2, square root of 4. I mean, you could do this ad infinitum, but I'm telling you, I'm being real honest with you. When you start algebra and radical expressions, this is the best way to look at it. I'm being very honest. You will develop your own techniques. Yes? Where you can obviously see that this is 3 times 9, so it's 3 root 3. Right? I know what you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to go like this. You ready? You're going to be able to do that. I know. You're going to get so good at this. Yes? You're going to get so good at this, you're going to be able to do this. I'm just telling you that you should go to the fundamentals and do this the long way until you get really good at it. It's got to be perfect. You've got to get these little routine, elementary, fundamental steps down cold. It will make life so much easier. Okay? So, what am I going to write? How are you going to write? How are you going to write 8 in the index form? How are you going to write 8 in index form? Quickly, come on, let's go. We have to leave. What is it going to be? 2 what? 2 what? No, 2 times 4 is not index form. That's index form. 2 times what? Yeah, you've got to go through this. What, are you guys lazy? You don't want to go through it? Go through it. You've got to go through it. What is it going to be? Like this. Like this. You guys don't think there's any place in your life for mental math, but you're suffering because of it. You're suffering. Spell cat. C-A-T. Somewhere along the way you memorize that. Mental spelling. Why is it so different from mental math? Is it? How do you spell encyclopedia? E-N-C-Y-P-O-D-A. Okay, you can spell encyclopedia. You can't tell me that 8 in index form is 2 cubed? You're kidding, right? Right? This is funny? Ha ha ha. Okay. So how would you write that? How would you write that? Right? How would I reduce that so I've got a square in there? Is there a square in there somewhere? What is it?
2 squared times 2.
Which equals what? Yes or no? All right. One more and then you're gone, and I'll owe you some minutes. Is that all right? Yes? All right. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Where's my eraser? Oh, here it is. All right. Let's say we'll do a kind of a hairy one. Okay? Let's do a hairy one. No offense, Harry. I have to have one Harry in a class, right? Okay, let's do this one. 200. Okay? So what do? You want to write it in simplest form. It's got to be your simplest radical form. Right? So what have you got to do to 200? Common factors, right? You want, not common factors, you want to break that down into primes, yes? Come on, guys, come on. You want to stay here for the night, or what do you want to do? You want to get out of here? Don't I sound like a hard math teacher? I mean, they make, stories up about people like me. Isn't it awful? All right, so 2, 100. 2, 50. 2, 25. 5, 5, 1. Yes? All right, so what's the index form?
2 cubed 5 squared.
2 cubed 5 squared. Yes or no? Yes. Now write it as a set of squares and then whatever else is left over. So how can I rewrite that? 2 squared 5 squared times what? 2. I could write it like this. 2 squared, 5 squared, and then 2, right? So what's the answer? What's the answer? What do I get? Don't go crazy. Yes, we'll make it so, but let's take one step at a 5. I want to take a 2 and a 5 out, and I leave what's inside. So this is going to be, now, you could do it very quickly. You could say, right, you could say, I know that that's going to be 2 times 100, right? What's square root of 100? 10. 10 times 10 is 100, right? So you could do it in your head. You can do it mentally. Yes? Let me just make sure that's on the screen, and it is. All right? Do as many of those as you can. That's just a way of doing a lot of them. That's a technique that will come in very handy. No shortcuts until you get this down quickly. Understood? But there's all sorts of ways of short-circuiting this right to the correct answer. Do you agree, Johnny? Absolutely. See you tomorrow if you care. 2.